Today, we're just going to get right into it as your favorite talking head does his best to review another movie, and it's a doozy. Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out today. You should go out and watch it, and I'm going to tell you why. Hi, I'm your host, Chris Humphrey, and for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm just another annoying mouthpiece on the internet doing my best to get my opinion out there so you go out and watch movies, read books, watch some television, do what you can. And what the beauty of this video is, I got top 5 movies out there so far, and we're going to knock one of them off, most likely because this movie was just so darn good. That's right, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the last installment of all these characters together. Maybe, maybe not. You might see them in Avengers, or who knows, maybe never, because maybe they all die. Did I say too much? No, I said nothing. But to give you the lowdown very quickly, I'll tell you what's bad about this movie and what people aren't going to like. Now, personally, it's not bad for me, but I can already tell two things as a critic. Parents and people aren't going to like that the tone in this one is a lot darker compared to the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Now, all that means is that they're pushing the boundaries of PG-13, which I'm kind of happy Disney's been doing with WandaVision and Doctor Strange in the Mouth of Madness, pushing the boundaries a little bit to be a little bit darker. Because comic books, if you've been a fan of comics since they come out, whether it's the Bible, did I say the Torah is the ultimate comic book? It is, but that's another video for another day that we can go over that. But comics generally tend to be dark with those bittersweet moments that happen in them, and that's what this movie does. Now, like I said, some people aren't going to like it, but I thought it was brilliant making the themes a little bit darker and introducing characters like Adam Warlock, who is essentially acting like a child, which is conveniently what he is. And people aren't going to like the darker tones with Rocket Raccoon and Rocket Raccoon. Where am I? Rocket Raccoon. The Beatles are going to strike me down and go, Rocket Raccoon, what the hell? But yes, they're not going to like that, and some of the kids aren't. But what you're going to get out of this movie is that the music, because it's a little bit of a darker theme, brings out a little more personality into it. I felt the music was the best out of all three, personally. That's what I really liked, is that the music went to the theme a little bit better, and it made the movie like it kind of did in the first two. Obviously, down below, you're going to argue with me if the music was the best, the worst, or whatever, but I felt it played on the heartstrings and the emotional impact of the theme of this movie more than, say, anything else that we had seen before with these characters. Another thing people aren't going to like is that the humor is a little dry, and that tends to take away from certain moments. Personally, I love Chris Pratt. You can see from the top four Chris's in Hollywood, he's one of the best. Andy Dwyer might be one of the best television characters in a comedy out there. Um, so I'm not going to have any qualms with the dry sense of humor. I like it. I like that it went a little darker, but I know some people aren't gonna like it because, well, they're, I was gonna say assholes. Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know. I don't even care. But some people on the internet and trolls are. What I really liked about this movie, yeah, I kind of said it in the bad, but what I really liked is the plot was simple, easy to follow along with, and it was a great early summer, I guess late spring, I guess we're going to call this, or middle spring action movie. Lots of great action sequences, lots of superheroes doing superhero things. I don't want to say too much to spoil it because I really want you to go out, but I really liked some of the action sequences. Now, you could see that some parts were CGI, but it's a superhero movie. You kind of have to now put CGI in there because there's no way Dave Bautista is going to be able to do something like that in real life. Although he was a wrestler, so maybe he probably could do some of those things as Drax in real life. But it's great. I'm going to be more sad that this may be the last time I see this gang together, and they play on that so well. James Gunn does a fantastic job, and I can't wait to see what he does in the as the lead in DC now, in the DC universe, and see what he brings in as the lead showrunner. Because I like the Suicide Squad, and I liked the Guardians of the Galaxy. I like a lot of the things that he's done. Hell, I just saw his brother in The Marvelous Miss Maisel, and I thought it was one of the best episodes of that show. If you're not, get out there and watch Marvelous Miss Maisel, because soon I'll be reviewing that. But back to the movie. It's a popcorn movie, so don't go in there expecting some, I don't know, Heath Ledger type acting in it, because you're not going to get that type of human performance out of anybody. It's a superhero comic book movie, so I want to set your expectations where they should be. They shouldn't be here. They shouldn't be there. Out of the three movies, it's probably the second best one. I think the first one is the best one out of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it's better than number two, but to each their own. You let me know what you guys think down below. I will probably watch it again when it comes out to Disney Plus to really get a good critique on it, which I plan on doing anyways. But that's the only way. You should kind of watch things twice. It's a little bit darker in the lighting and the camera work, and you can see a grip hand at one time, or at least I thought it was a grip hand. Maybe it was um, just one of the shadows. I could be wrong. I'd have to relook at that. But when they go darker, it's usually to hide some things and make it easier on the poor effects people that have put in countless of hours in these movies and never really get credit, and they should. Even the stunt people that do some of these stunts should get a little more credit, and so should the writers, because we know how shitty we treat the writers in this business. Yeah, I went on a little rant there. I'm sorry. I know you guys really want to get down to how I feel about uh, the top five and what I'm going to knock out. So, right off the bat, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was great. I felt a rush. It gets a little dry, the sense of humor, but it does play on the good heartstrings. And the guy who plays the bad guy, which was from another James Gunn television show, I think it's called Peacekeeper, with John Cena, brings him in and does a fantastic job. And the guy who plays Adam Warlock, who will always be We Are the Millers, or We're the Millers, will always be good and will continue to get better as an actor, and probably will set up much more into this large Marvel universe. I do not feel the fatigue that other trolls and people on their internet feel, but with a 7.5, you can see where I put it on my list. You can see that we can say goodbye to Luther the Fallen Son. Say goodbye. This one now takes his place pretty high up there. Not going to lie, it's probably going to be hard to get off, but we got a long year of movies left to review and watch and go over and see who bumps who and where it goes. And I can't wait to see where it goes. Let me know what you guys think of the movie down below, please. Let me know what you think of me down below, because you always do on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you call me beautiful names that start with F and end with got, and other words that I can't describe on the internet, but I can't wait to hear them, because my wife just laughs. What does this word mean? You don't want to know. But I appreciate your patience. Thanks for watching the video. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Ciao. Producer, hit that theme music, baby. You know I love you.